So last night I was thinking about retirement. I think about retirement a lot. I'm a financial advisor, so that's kind of a normal thing for me. But as I was thinking about it, I thought there are three levels to retirement. Now I'm going to go over the three levels. I'm also going to go over if you find yourself at one of those levels, what sort of things should you be thinking about? What are a couple of tips if you're there and you have some questions to help you navigate through? So let's start with level number one. Level number one is ability. Do you have the ability to retire? This is very important to people who are getting close to retirement, those who are retiring right now or have maybe recently retired. Do I have enough resources? Did I put away enough money? Did I do enough of the right things to be able to live the retirement that I want to live? It's the baseline question for everybody looking to retire. Can I do it? Will I run out of money? If that's a concern for you, if that's something that you're worried about, a couple of steps that you can take. One, pay down the debts. Get any debt that you have out of there before you retire, because your ability to earn is typically diminished in retirement. If you're literally not working, you can't just work more and go get more money. And so you've got a finite pool of resources to work with. And if that's being eaten up by interest payments and debt payments, it can really negatively impact you, especially over a long period of time. So do what you can to clear out any debt that you have before retirement. The second thing that you can do if you're concerned about your ability to retire is get a handle on your expenses. I've said it before in videos, I am blown away by the number of people who don't know how much they spend every month. They're working, they spend less than they make. That's good enough. Literally, that is good enough while you're working. As long as you're not spending more than what you make and you're putting away money for the future, you're most of the way there. But when you get to retirement, you need to understand how much you actually need to live before you can figure out if you can do it or not. And so get a handle on your expenses. If there are some extra things that you can do without, and it looks like it's going to be a little tight and you're concerned about the ability, now's the time to pull back on those expenses a little bit, because it's not what you make, it's what you spend. And if you can find a way to comfortably and happily spend a little bit less, that'll allow the resources to last a little bit longer. Now, let's say you pass through the gate of ability. You're like, listen, I did the stuff, I put away money, I've got enough, I'm not worried about that. What comes next? Well, for most people, it's efficiency. It's, I have the resources, I want to be as efficient with them as possible. The big one here is taxes. We do a lot of this with clients. Tax planning. How do you minimize the amount of taxes that you're going to pay on the pool of money that you spent your life accumulating is a huge thing in financial advisor world, and most financial advisors worth their salt are talking about this stuff and how they can help their clients with it. It makes sense. Again, we're talking about what you get to keep out of what you've put away, and if there's a way to maximize what you keep and minimize what you have to spend in taxes, who doesn't want that? Now, if you find yourself there, you say, look, I'm pretty sure I got enough money put away, I'm going to be okay, but I want to be as efficient with it as possible. What should I be looking at doing? Roth conversions if you're already retired, Roth contributions if you still have the ability to contribute. Even out the ledger. Most folks are retirement account heavy on the traditional side because that's just the system we've lived in for a long time, and that's all to be taxed money. And so you got to start to shift some of that. That can be key. The second thing is asset location, not asset allocation, but asset location. This is missed by a lot of people, even missed by a lot of financial advisors. Where you hold what you hold makes a difference. What type of account do you have your growth assets in? What's the taxation of those growth assets? Is it most efficient to hold those in a traditional IRA or a Roth IRA or a non-qualified account? And run through the list of that for all of your assets, for all of your resources, because oftentimes there are efficiencies there where you can say, listen, we should hold this, it's a good investment, but we should actually be holding it over here because we can save X on taxes if we do it. Asset location can be a huge one for folks who are worried about their efficiency. By the way, guys, if you haven't been here before, I'm Antonio Cibella. I'm a financial advisor. As you can tell, I work with folks who are 55 plus. They're planning for their retirement or they're already retired, and they understand the difference between I worked my whole career, I earned money, I spent less than I made, and I put away money for the future. And then you get to retirement and the paycheck stops and you look at your pile of money and you're like, I guess it's you and me, kid. We're going to have to make it. There's help for that. I've retired a bunch of times over with my clients. Even though it's your first time retiring, if you got questions about that sort of thing, I'm happy to help. Check out the links in the description. You can sign up for our email newsletter. We send out good information a couple of times a month. If you're interested, you have specific questions, you can also book a little time with me down there. Feel free to check that out. The third level of retirement, maybe the pinnacle if you're a person that really like, I want to get to the absolute top. What is it? It's legacy. In that case, typically people have put away enough resources where they're not worried about their ability. They've got the efficiency thing figured out. They've done the things they need to do to create the efficiency. And so now what do they look to? Now they look to, I don't look at money so much as money in the sense of I need to buy groceries with it or I'd like to go out to dinner. They start looking at it as a resource to accomplish the things they want to accomplish. Oftentimes, you're talking about maybe starting a foundation or a charitable endeavor, donating heavily to a charity or a church, setting up the kids or the grandkids for future financial success through things like advanced gifting and trusts and things like that. So money starts to take on a different form if you happen to find yourself in that legacy space. Now, a lot of times people hear legacy and they think like after I pass away. That's not the case. It doesn't have to be that at all. This is just, I know that I have enough resources and I want to use those resources to do things beyond provide for my ability to exist happily in the life that I want. That's financial legacy. Now, if you find yourself at that level, good job out of you, right? You've won, you figured out the whole retirement thing, but now it's time to figure out what it is that you want to do with the resources, with the tools that you have, what's important to you. And I mean, literally have a conversation with your spouse, sit down, write it down. Say, I think that we're at the point, and make sure you're there. Don't go willy-nilly giving everything away and then find out that you don't have any money left over and you've got to go back to those people so that you can eat dinner. But at any rate, if you find yourself in that circumstance, sit down and understand what it is that you want to have happen, write it down, and then start to put the plans in place to make that happen. Oftentimes, that involves working with a financial advisor, working with an accountant, working with an attorney, because you might need legal structures like trusts or to establish a foundation or things like that. It's a really cool spot to be in if you happen to get there, where you can effectively not think about money as money and think about it as just another tool or a resource to accomplish the things that you want. If you're there, great job out of you, but make sure you don't squander that opportunity. Those are the 3 levels: ability, efficiency, legacy. Wherever you find yourself, there are things that you can work on. There are things that you can do to improve the quality of your retirement. And I hope that the video provoked a little thought for you today and allows you to have a little bit more clarity about what it is that you'd like to see in your own retirement. While you're watching retirement videos on the internet, I got a good one for you. I'm going to put it right here. Go ahead and check it out, and I'll see you on the other side.